Hey everybody, Black Ninja 797 here, and welcome back to another episode of Left 4 Dead 2 Myth Busting Mondays. And in today's video for the final myth, we're going to be testing to see if whether or not that if a smoker's tongue is actually immune to explosives while attacking a survivor. If you guys like the sound of the final myth, please drop a like, comment, subscribe, follow, and all that beautiful stuff. And if you have a myth of your very own that you would like to have be featured in next week's episode, please by all means leave it here in the comments down below. Or also alternatively, you can leave it within my Discord server, which is going to be linked down below in this video's description. All that being said, guys, I hope you end up enjoying seeing this week's episode of Left 4 Dead 2 Myth Busting Mondays. Myth: can a hunter steal a kill from a charger that is currently pounding a survivor? Alrighty guys, the first myth is submitted in by Team Master 2011. Now, this myth is based off of a similar myth that we had last week where we saw whether or not a charger could steal a kill from another charger, and believe it or not, that ultimately ended up being confirmed. But does this work with other special infected? So specifically, since he asked for the hunter, I'm going to be testing out the hunter first. If you guys want me to test this out with other special infected, I can do so at a later date. Alright, so here we go. Dan is the charger and he's currently attacking Ellis over there, and I'm going to pounce as the hunter right now. But unlike last time where we stole a kill from a charger as another charger, we're not able to do so as a hunter. It looks like that this only works if it's the same special infected thus far, because the charger was able to steal the kill immediately, whereas I was not able to do anything before Dan had fully killed Ellis. So yeah, myth number 1 is busted. Myth: if you heal while starting to fall down a hill, will healing prevent you from falling further down the hill? Alrighty guys, the second myth is submitted in by Tacky Rovelator. Alright, so I'm going to slide down the hill that's in the first chapter of Dark Carnival, but we're already starting to run into a problem where I can't heal at all while falling down the hill. The entire time while I'm going down the hill, I'm trying to hit my left click to heal myself, and it is only as soon as I stop sliding down the hill and my character is completely still that it lets me heal again. I tried it to see if whether or not that I could heal right as I'm falling down the hill by just shimmying forward, and as soon as I start falling, I can't heal anymore. It doesn't like the fact that I'm moving whatsoever, and I can't stop in place while falling down the hill as I was trying to do. So this is going to mean that the second myth is also busted. You cannot stop your fall down a hill by healing yourself because the game just simply won't let you. Myth: does the bot charger have damage resistance to fire and explosives while charging? Alrighty guys, the third myth is submitted in by Wulon Durley. Now before we do anything, we do want to have a control test. So for the explosives, I'm going to be using a grenade launcher and seeing how long it takes to be able to kill a charger on normal mode. Now on normal mode, it takes 3 grenade launcher shots to kill him. Now for the fire, I'm going to be using a gas can, and for the gas can, as soon as I shoot it up until the point where the charger dies, it takes about roughly 6 seconds. Now if I shoot a gas can while charger is in the middle of running into coach, the timer does suggest that he does have damage resistance because he survives about a second or 2 longer. The Left 4 Dead wiki does say that AI-controlled chargers take 66% less damage while actively charging, but this might be only during the charging animation and not the attacking or pounding animation when they already have stopped. I say this is because when I light a charger on fire with a gas can, after he's already stopped moving and he's just beating coach to death, it goes back to about 6 seconds. Now, while testing this myth, we also did find a weird result when it came to the grenade launcher, because when a grenade launcher is used on a charger after the charger has stopped moving and just starts to attack the survivor, it actually makes it where the grenade launcher can one-shot the charger for some reason, and I don't know why it does this. But it won't one-shot the charger, though, if you shoot it at the charger while he's actively still moving, which I find odd. And when I also test this out with things such as the propane tank and the oxygen tank, and any sort of combination, whether it be the charger actively still moving, him standing still and beating the shit out of coach, him just standing still by himself, all of them seemed also the same. And I find it weird how that the grenade launcher one-shots the charger if he's specifically standing still. The charger has damage resistance to things like fire if he's moving but not standing still, and then things like the oxygen tank and the propane tank don't seem to matter. It seems a little weird and inconsistent. While doing further research, I found a Reddit post where 2 guys were talking about stats, and I also did ask Google just directly, and with the Google AI, it does say that there is damage resistance to fire and explosives. The thing is with Google AI is that it's sometimes wrong, and I was hoping that the Reddit post would talk about examples with fire and explosives, but they only mentioned guns and melee weapons. So I'm gonna say plausible because I believe there's damage resistance, specifically when there's the charging animation taking place. I'm not talking about the actual beating the person to death. I'm talking about the running and crashing into them thing. I have to stress that. I believe there's damage resistance there with fire and explosives. It's just hard to get a gameplay example, especially to also explain said gameplay example. So the best I can do really is just explain stats. Myth: can a smoker grab a survivor that is underwater with his tongue? Alrighty guys, the fourth myth is submitted in by good guy Nick. So I'm the smoker, Dan is going to be the survivor, and he's currently in the deepest body of water in the game, which is the death toll finale, and yes, I am able to get him with my tongue, which is going to mean that myth 4 is confirmed, although this is a little bit weird because if we did this in reverse order where I was the one under the water, it wouldn't work, because we tested in a prior episode of whether or not that a smoker's tongue works underwater, and it doesn't for some reason, so I find this a little bit odd. Myth: is the smoker's tongue immune to explosives? Alrighty guys, and then the last myth of today's episode is going to be submitted by Dr. Zed, aka Dan. Alright, so the first explosive that we're going to be testing is going to be the pipe bomb, so I'm going to be throwing this underneath of Coach and just wait for a second to see if it does anything, and when it comes to the pipe bomb, it looks like it does not work. So far, the smoker's tongue is immune. Next, we're going to be testing out propane tanks, and propane tanks were not able to save Coach either. Next is going to be some oxygen tanks. When it comes to the oxygen tanks, these also do not save Coach. After that is going to be some fireworks, and the fireworks don't do anything. In fact, it doesn't even look like it's reaching, to be honest. After that is going to be a couple of shots from the grenade launcher. Now, this is where I started to think that this is a little bit ridiculous, because in my opinion, the grenade launcher should have worked. So the only thing left in the game was the explosive bullets, and the explosive bullets, it took up until this to finally find something that was actually able to free Coach, because after I shot a couple of rounds, it finally broke the tongue. So this is going to mean that the last myth is busted. The smoker's tongue is not completely immune to explosives. The explosive bullets still do work. I just find it silly, though, that you have to use explosive bullets, because why doesn't the other explosives work? Things like the grenade launcher should be able to do it. And it means that all you're really doing is just using the same strategies that you have before, where you just shoot the tongue with a gun. It's just that the ammo type is different. Alrighty guys, but that's going to be here for today's video, and I do truly hope you guys ended up enjoying. If you did, please consider dropping a like, comment, subscribe, follow, and all that beautiful stuff. And if you also have a myth of your very own that you would like to have be featured in next week's episode, please by all means leave it here in the comments down below. Or also alternatively, you guys can leave within my Discord server, which is going to be linked down below in this video's description. As we wrap up the video, guys, I want to mention two last quick things. Number one, I have a second YouTube channel now. It is called Black Ninja 797 Extras. And on this channel, I'm going to be uploading and posting additional content that you would normally not see here on my main channel, such as gameplay walkthroughs, funny moments with my friends, and Challenge Accepted, which was a series I used to do here on my main channel where I play games you guys request me to play. If you guys want to check out the second channel, there is going to be a link down below in this video's description. I also wanted to say thank you and shout out to Epic Games for being my first ever sponsor. I have a supporter creator code with them, and the code is just my name, Black Ninja 797. If you guys want to, you can use it in the Fortnite and Epic Games item shops. Anybody that uses my code or has used it before in the past, I tremendously appreciate you. And yeah, guys, all that being said, I hope you ended up enjoying seeing another YouTube video from the most unique YouTuber you guys are ever going to see. Thanks for watching, guys. I love all of you, and peace out.
Hey, meme lords. Jesus here. And you better have enjoyed that video there by the eternal god Daddy Ninja. You should probably subscribe too, or the mighty Moab will come for your balls. If you enjoyed the video, you might like it too. And give me the memes. Flash, bang, boom!